There are. Yeah, you can use it. He has no monsters. Really weird. Like that's just how the card works. Hey Hudson, thanks for the 15 bits. Oop. Okay, so I don't know how loud I am. I might be too quiet actually. I think I might need to boost up my mic afterward. 3 seconds to respond. Pretty quiet but not unhearable. Okay. I think the problem lies within the gain compressor. Which is it's supposed to boost my mic. I do this. How does this sound? This should be a lot louder. Hopefully it doesn't have that this sounds like an actual person. Oh. Oh, I see. The sound offended. Oh, legit the opponent's asking what the other guy wants to change to. That's absolutely a good thing to ask. You just answer the question. So are you going to activate a card or not? You asking for a response. Oh my gosh, man. Come on. Like if you ask your opponent, can I use a card, and then proceed to tell him that if I don't activate a card, I don't have a response. It's like, so you don't have a response because you're not flipping it up right now. ATM Queen. Good morning to you guys. That's an NTM. That's what it looks like he had. I just woke up. Like I can do this while half awake. I'm that decent at it. Hey Jexel. Good morning. I don't have a response. Can I use a card? I don't actually have a response, but can I use a card? I'm like, why are you asking? Why? At least wash your face. No. You gotta get down and dirty with these calls, man. Okay, fine. Maybe after some few calls. Oh yeah. Some other weird niche Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. When you or when you normal summon a Gemini monster again to gain its effects, it gets summoned in the same exact zone that you had it. Also, with cards like was it Scrapper and Scarecrow? It gets set back in the same place where you activated it. You don't get to choose a zone. Why does that work? I don't know. That's just how it does. That's how it would do. I still don't know what the issue is. It's AFK. This guy's player's AFK. Red player's ended his turn. In that 30 seconds. Alright, this player's not here. I got a semi-working piece. Oh, I thought you were talking about like a tractor for a second. You gotta stop reading. Semi-working PC. So, it's a flash program. You don't need like a crazy good PC like the one I have here to do that. At the very least. What the hell is Rosemary? Wait, this one? No, that's Jasmine. Rosemary is Miss Star. Oh, that might have been as loud as how I talk, which isn't an issue. If it's exactly that volume. Yeah. Opponent can activate effects. Yeah. Activate Ancient Gear Catapult and get to the gated. Can't activate it from Grave the same turn. What the hell is Ancient Gear Catapult? You can only use one Ancient Gear Catapult effect per turn and only once that turn. Bless you, late. 10 seconds late. You are undeserving. No. Man, ah. Oh, he's taking damage. That's the correct damage. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's correct damage because I'm not really paying attention to the damage. I'm paying attention to whether or not he's taking damage. Pretty sure one of these monsters is supposed to be boosted. No, not that one. Not that one. None of these monsters are boosted. It's Jurgatos though, so he gets to like stop battles if he knows how to use it properly. Where can I get my dog a sweater? Check. Dogs. I think we got it here. Anyway, back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yahoo! I didn't change. I didn't fix it. I should fix it. Firefox. Actually, no. It's probably in the settings. The default search engine. Search Google. That was it. Okay, that was pretty easy. That's fine. All right, that works. What does it say? It's a pendulum. Yeah, that's fine. It's a pendulum dragon card always, so dual slants can add it because it's a pendulum monster. Hey, did killer 8. Says it on the card. it's not even that complicated. Like the only thing that would throw you off is like freaking fusion substitution mechanics, but then that's an entirely different box of worms. My Discord is working. Okay. A little person that may or may not be AFK, because then if I take these AFK calls too fast, they come back and they're like, oh, there is an AFK call? I'm like, yeah, there was. But you're here now, so it's okay. Hey, look, he's here now, so it's okay. Oh, no, he's gone. Good game. Have a nice day. Man, this guy is... I don't know if I should freeze that guy, actually. Yeah, he just straight up lost with Star Boy because he didn't take the correct amount of damage. Let me check. I might be able to give him some harassment or rated stuff. Oh, I've already did. Give him another. Sometimes I wish I could just enter a duel, then not have my username just show up just yet, just to see because then what happens is it changes how people act. So if I could like stealth into this duel, and then just watch it for why is it loading forever? Jeez, and then just watch it and see how it plays out. And if he's like essentially just stalling or something, then I could apply the penalty. My god. Gosh darn it. Okay, I haven't fixed it yet. Apparently I haven't. So, what did I do to try this time? Because I did... So, I reinstalled the webcam drivers because that could have had issues. I switched to 48 kilohertz. I'm pretty sure I switched to 48 kilohertz audio sampling. Yeah, 48 kilohertz audio sampling rate. I switched to that. That should have helped it. And then I downgraded the stream to 720p, but it seems to not be fixing the issue at all. I'm gonna double check my my mic settings. If I turn on audio monitoring, what if I do that? Does that do anything? If I do that, turn on audio monitoring, so I should be able to hear from OBS if anything. Um, go to our filters. Why isn't this loading? Holy jeez. Okay, so do that. I changed some audio settings because I was doing research and apparently it was something. The problem with one of the things was the attack time and the release times of the audio stuff. So what it said was like they're having issues with the audio popping if the release time was faster than 30, or if the release or attack times were faster than 30 milliseconds. So I'm changing the attack and release times for the appropriate audio filters. How does Magical Hats interact with the non-link monsters in Extra Monster Zone if that monster is the catalyst for Magical Hats activation? Let me read Magical Hats again. I don't think that'll actually work. Yeah, it straight up doesn't. It straight up says that it doesn't work. Here, here's the text right now. It straight up says main monster zone. You can't choose one in the extra monster zone. Also, I should probably refresh because it's broken for me right now. That's rude. No, you are. Well, like a judge. I eat like a judge. I am a judge. What have I become? What is PubChat doing? Answers are stronger than them at this point. So tier 4? What? Tier 4 is... Wait, which tier list are we going with? Because tournament tier lists are different. Like, for some reason, or for whatever reason, Konami has their tournament tier list as tier 1 is like locals and around that area, and then tier 2 is regionals and up. So tier 2 is a more competitive tournament than tier 1, but then every other tier list is different. Why errata? It makes me a little sad. So the game doesn't explode upon itself, even though it already does, because head judges like to give inconsistent rulings between each other. Time to build a Hunter family. There's like no calls. They were complaining in Judge chat earlier about like, oh, there's too many calls. I'm like, okay, I will go on and fix it. And like I hop on, and there's like not as much as I expected there to be, and then now there's none. And I'm like, you lied to me. You all lied to me. Team Queen. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick and wash my face up a little bit. Hopefully, like when I come back, there isn't like 5 calls on list. That would be pretty bad. Imagine coming back like you were tired. Heading into the game to hold your horses. Let me get a call. How are you supposed to get a legitimate call in like the first minute of the duel? I guess you could play a deck that has a lot of ruling issues. Try to do that, but that's kind of difficult. Oh yeah, the school started like a week ago now ish, depending on what your region of residence is. So like, there's gonna be less people online in general in all games, and I'm in all games being I legit mean in all games. So if you play like Overwatch or whatever, there's gonna be less people online because all the kids are learning. I can stay in this duel. Oh no, I can't. There's another call. Who would have thought? You're gonna solemn strike one of them. You can't solemn strike the special summon, but you can solemn strike the effect that activates. Both effects that activate. It's 2 effects. 2 effects. Basically, the guy is saying, "Oh, you can't solid strike it because it's all 1 effect." I'm like, "There's a freaking period right there." Basically, the red player's argument is like, "Oh, it's all 1 effect," and I'm like, "It's 2 effects." If that was his only argument in regards of you can't use strike now. Like, he should have gotten it and been like, "Oh yeah, yeah, okay, it's 2 effects. That means he can use it." But then they actually have to ask the question just to be clear. Well, I guess it's fine if they ask the question to be clear, but it'd be cool if they got it the instant I said, "Hey, it's 2 effects," because that was the only grounds that he had on saying that you can't activate Solemn Strike. No, that guy's computer exploded. He's not even online anymore. He didn't even quit the duel. Learning is for losers. That's why I always lose. Well, I can just be toxic, or you shouldn't. I don't think you should. Found 40 euros into my jeans. Well, never knew I had them. Found 100 in the toilet. Why are you looking for money? This is weirdos. Weirdos in pub chat. Like, literally, there's like no calls right now. First series character decks plus related support. First series plus related support. You like legit make a good Blue Eyes deck, or legit make a good Magician deck, and then he'll realize soon enough that he didn't restrict his dual note stuff. Like he didn't restrict his dual note stuff. Like I mean, Blue Eyes deck, Magician decks are good now. You know, I'm not saying you should join in with a super busted Blue Eyes or super busted Magician deck, but you totally can. Someone's trying to destroy my masterpiece who has tribute something by using Ignis. With what? Oh, okay, he just wasted it and then he can't attack. New anime has been released. Tokyo Ghoul :RE. Well, that'll go in the trash. You attacked with deck. Which one is it? You can't do both. You have to choose one. You can't just go and choose friggin' both the attack and the effect in the same turn. Oh, rip. I guess you're not gonna get that admin call in. Well, if you can't do the effect, doesn't do it. I'm fine with him attacking. It's like, oh, you cannot do that. Alright, go ahead and attack my higher attack monsters. It's a trap. Don't do it. Wow, he's using double aestheticism. That's why would you use double aestheticism? Um well, that's not a misclick. He just wants him to be sent to grave? This isn't a ruling call. What are you doing? Oh, wrong. What is this? Is this hotkey? Yeah. Copy and paste this, and then put it right here. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, 1. Oh, well, not 1 yet. Now it's 30 seconds. GLHF. Wow. Work. Time for memes. Oh. Hey. Math class. Give me some of that. How long will Asmo stream for? Asmo will stream for two more hours and 14 minutes. Or whenever he feels like stopping. I need to redo the stream schedule stuff. I need to figure out what I'm doing. Because I want to play PlanetSide in the afternoon. With friendos. I'll probably switch all of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff to... Let's see if I can do it daily. Like daily Yu-Gi-Oh streaming for like every single day. Let's see. He puts a counter on Dragonic Diagram, activates Cosmic Cyclone. And searches. Okay. Because I've been trying to get these audio issues fixed, and it still seems to be mic popping anyway, because screw me. And I totally cannot hear on my side. I turned on audio monitoring, but that doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. If I do this. Oh, then I can hear myself. Oh, no, no, not like this. How about this? Nope. No, that'll be really, really trippy. Let's not do that. Wait, was that thing attacked twice on the same turn? Because there's a field spell in the field that prevents destruction for first time. There's Ash Blossom Stay. I don't even know what it says. Adds a card from deck to hand, special summons from the deck, sends a card from the deck to the graveyard. It does none of those things. Someone got a job where I work. If they have done the job before, phones me up. What do I do? Oh, rip. Chat is very active today. Dark Prince, you're a liar. I'd like you to know that. Chat is definitely not active. Unless your definition of active is defined differently than mine is. In that case, you could call it active, but your definition would be wrong. Or he's being sarcastic, which is not very yeah, I don't trust that people are being sarcastic just because like there's people that legit get like basic rulebook rulings wrong. I'm like you're being sarcastic here. I was like, no. I'm like, okay. Can Dimensional Barrier prevent link summoning? Does it say? I don't think it says. Hey Arrow. How you doing? Post errata. There is no post errata. Masterpiece unaffected by spells and traps. He just summoned 3 Firewall Dragons and quit the game. Wow. How do I get calls? I don't know. Play a deck that people argue against. Like Trickstars. Yes, Trickstars will do the job. People don't know how much damage they're supposed to take. Well, at least like a large chunk of them. Hello, Judge. Yes. I can answer before he asks it. This is good. And he's asking on if it was already activated. Can he activate it in his turn? Being like already activated means already face up. Just the proper wording he should have used to actually ask the question properly. Otherwise, it's gonna be misconstrued. But I know what he means. He should have asked if it's already face up, not already activated. 2 different things. Are you telling them you're streaming? We know we went over this like multiple times. So the first thing is to spread awareness. Second thing is via spreading awareness, they don't be complete butts, and they realize that anything that they say is being literally being recorded. So it's like if they're being a butt, I can just legit say no, screw you. Guy doesn't deserve an avatar. Aspo, does this card work like it says it does? Not all the time. Target 1 banished card. Is the face down banished card not a banished card? Alright, blue player's continuing. Omega does not unban cards. Just like break the list. Like, by activating the effect of my Omega, I can unban 1 card. Now I tribute summon Omega to tribute summon into my victory dragon and attack you directly for the match. It's like, what? Isn't his name a little racy? Yeah. Yes, it is. Mono, why you do this? Stop trashing. Masterpiece is immune to spells. Can the opponent still tribute it using Monarch Storm Force? Oh. Oh, okay. He doesn't need any help. Here you go. Oh, hey, extra 10. Hey, arrow. Again. He's playing Trickstars. He's trashy. It's mono blue. Yes, I've noticed. Omega returns at the proper time as long regardless or from banish regardless of the other card. Spiral quick fix gets stopped by draw and lock. Does the spiral player have to scoop? Not necessarily. They're at a highly disadvantageous position. Um, Grass should be destroyed still. The protection effect excludes its all of its effects exclude itself. Not a another one? Really? Wow. Wow. Did he really summon another? Why would you do that? Hold up. It has a continuous effect that doesn't require you tribute summon it. That's busted. Heck. At Diagram Asmo? No. He's destroying him by Raigeki. Diagram doesn't protect against effect destruction. It's just the Dryath prevents the masterpiece from being destroyed. Masterpiece as what? Yeah, that's the problem with this thing. Like, if you don't have spell immunity, you can't. You're gonna have trap and monster immunity, so you can't protect with Drayth anyway. It's just like, yeah, all right. You need to change his place. No, it's still blue player's turn. I'm like, freaking can't be if it can't be if it's unaffected by Raigeki, then it would just have stayed on the field, and then they wouldn't have this issue in the first place, which means I wouldn't have been called in. Can't you swing it my way? What? What? Which card did you draw extra? We would have shuffled his deck anyway. Um, if we'd have to rewind it. Steel Swarm stuff. Yeah. That I want to shuffle. Hold up. He's sending cards from his hand to the graveyard. Goes Power Duality, looks into his deck, illegally adds Moth, special summons Cell that he illegally has in his hand. Jeez, this is a train wreck. Okay, so absolutely a train wreck. Yeah, this is a train wreck. Okay. Meantime is I don't even know if I spelled that right. Because then he messed up the Power Duality by looking to his deck, and then he straight up drew a card at the start, so yeah. He doesn't know basic rulebooks, and he doesn't know how the mechanics of CB work in terms of resolving Power Duality. So he definitely needs to get his stuff together. Lee versus Thamtukin. Game is about spellbook of knowledge versus a face down blue boy. What? What are you playing? I'm technically not playing, but Arrow of Justice has provided you a link for your convenience. Oh, Sladra in here? Yeah, the Sladra guy that PM'd me is in here. Gonna verify hand. Do you have another? How long before it becomes slow playing? What are you doing? Are you judging next week? I'm. Yes, I do this like every other day at the or yeah, every other day about. But then I'm trying to get my schedule together, and then I should be doing it daily. Got a judge call. Oh my gosh, Zio, why do you do this? Sweet, let me just click the link. Wait, Playfiends, didn't? Aren't you a regular here? Thought you were. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just judging. Uh, how long before it can become slow playing? Wait, what? Did I call if my opponent's been taking a minute? If he's like stopping in his turn for like more than a minute every single turn, then that's not okay. Activating Paleo from grave after you chain Tin Can to Candy. None of those are Nadia? Will you be able to judge regional next week? There one? Thought it was like next week. Check. I didn't get the packet yet. Oh, I don't get the packet until like Tuesday. Only Thursday. It's like 5 more days until I get the packet. But yeah, I'm gonna be at LA or Los Angeles in for the regionals on October 14th. It says like in response to a trap effect. Do trap card. Trap card activating the graveyard. Well, that text is really bad. Holy crap. Wait, no, it's good, it's good. No, it's bad. It's still mandatory for some reason. It's not supposed to be. Who would you say the three best judges for rulings are on DB? Just for like rulings? It's kind of like a lot of them don't even take calls. Not as many calls as I do when I go on. I could go on for like 3 hours. Like at most like 5 hours. Average around 3 hours. Like I take the most calls, so yeah. Can't be targeted. That's correct. There is currently not a ruling issue here. It's a straight up read the card issue. Why do people get angry at people playing meta? Like, what did you expect? If you go into rated, and the other person's angry that you're playing meta, they're not in the correct place. This cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. So let's see. Were reliable rulings for sure? Let's check. Summon Deus Ignis, then use Disciples target face down. That was Disciples. Oh, okay, so he's just using, trying to make me take 1, 2, 4. Zio, why do you have to be wrong? Okay, so 3 best judges for rulings? They're not going to be online all the time either. That's a problem. Let's see. I would go number 0927 for sure. And if I had to name a second, it'd be, not absolutely sure if it should, but if I were to name a second one, it'd be number 3553. When Resolution of Secrets activates Sanctum, knowledge is, what? Why do you put knowledge back to the top of the deck? so after on resolution of secrets, Ego Sanctum. So the guy returns all of his stuff. So he plays fast, and then he agrees to go back to resolution of secrets. So he rewinds the game state, and Sanctum is activated. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this off-white guy is not an agreeable person. Also, watch, he's gonna just throw a tantrum as soon as I give the ruling because it doesn't agree with him. I didn't type what I mean. You're an idiot. Like, dude, freaking like, oh, I'm gonna type what I don't mean. I'm like, are you dumb? This is ridiculous. The game should be played how I want it, even if I type the wrong things. Oh, that was, oh. I don't say like the effect can't even be negated either. The effect cannot be negated. Okay. He's still restricted to Pendulum Summoning Yang Zing and Zephyr monsters. He's AFK. He's clearly not AFK. Like, Imperial Order straight up doesn't say spell cards cannot be activated. Judge one guy's being ignorant. Like, I can even check the link for myself. Heck. See what it actually says. If the pendulum is activated while Imperial Order is up, will it stay in the pendulum zone or go to the extra deck? Like, there's no one reliable answering and no one's disputed it. So there's a chance that the ruling can be wrong on Pojo, so yeah. Let's see. A little bit of burps there. But yeah. I don't really care for what it says. Hello, if you don't continue, you're wasting other people's times. Like, why is the judge taking so long? Because he's stuck in calls where people aren't agreeing. Yes. There you go. They got it. There we go. Alright, so we got Lyco, Lyco, Cyrus. What's he exploding? Two. It's 42-20. Yo, why did you even call for that? Like, you ended up being wrong, which is not okay. Like, I expected Zio to know better, but, yeah. My opponent is being bad for nothing. My opponent calls me down. I call him. I just rush me. Why doesn't this guy just take a screenshot? Like, he's literally the next call too, because there's only one other call on the list I can take. Can someone negate card effects? It depends. Ask wrong questions, get not useful answers. Like, if you compare both these different questions, like, can you negate the summon? No, can't negate summons. Negate the effect that activates. In a chain, what do you mean in a chain? There's no way you can have a trigger effect of snow in the graveyard as chain link 1, unless you like exploded snow immediately after and it's in the graveyard, but then the effect would still be activated on the field for the flip down. I use Minerva and snow. Okay. As well, can Solemn Warning negate card effects? What about cards like Duprog? What? Well, Solemn Warning can't negate spell or trap effects. It can negate monster card effects. That include special summoning, of course. What cards like Duprog and Minerva, in what context? None of those cards actually perform special summons. Minerva D. Chess's Quick Trick Clown. Chains Fairy Tale. He hasn't milled yet. Not supposed to mill until. You don't know how to play the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Alright. He hasn't milled 3, has he? Minerva effect he mills, and he draws 1 because he milled 1 Warren. Trolling guy sheesh. I can't tell. People keep asking me dumb questions all day long. I can't tell if you're trolling anymore. Does Mirror Force bounce back the other Mirror Force? I'm like, are you trolling? It's like, no. Legit question. I'm like, okay. You gonna finish asking this question? No, that's not his question. Psalm Warning can negate any card that has that as an effect that summons. That's wrong. Can't revive the link, he says. Why? Special summon properly? Does Psalm Warning? I have a question for you. Logs out. Right. Think there are more cards. What? Oh, things that don't work. Again, or things that Psalm Warning doesn't work against. You can Psalm Warning Brilliant Fusion. Because when you activate Brilliant Fusion, it'll special summon things on resolution. Brilliant Fusion would be a spell card that, when you activate it, when it resolves, it would special summon. Don't ask about Future Fusion though, because that card is actually kind of weird. So Psalm Warning can actually negate its initial activation, which sounds really off now. I might actually, the ruling might actually change due to the errata. I'm not so certain about it though. Hey, Asmo, Psalm Warning. I just literally just said to not ask that. Why do you do this to me? But last occurrence I've read was that you still are able to use it. Correct me if I'm wrong there though. You're still able to Psalm Warning the initial activation. Might have changed. It got different errata, so the rulings might have changed on it. Because the problem here is that it actually now activates its two separate effects at different times after you activate it initially. But activating initially doesn't necessarily special summon. But at the same time, the original reasoning for why we were able to do it in the first place was that it activated once and then it would just apply its effects in standby phase or something like that. But it might be different now. I don't understand why this guy just Just doesn't send a screenshot to the other opponent. Because my own tool doesn't seem to be working in terms of figuring out if it's a bug or not. So I have to ask people to use a screenshot. My screenshot tool working in itself though? I think screenshots are broken all around right now too. Yeah. Go ahead and ask. If they're not too personal, then I can answer it. Like, as of right now, the chat's pretty chill, so it doesn't have to be strictly video. Does Solemn Warning work on screenshots? No. How's your love life? Please. Getting like notifications that aren't relevant on my phone. Tick rate is like frames per second. Not exact. I wouldn't call it frames per second. It'd be like an entirely different thing. So for server tick rate, what I've read about it, take this information with a grain of salt, by the way, because I'm not the expert here about that. The tick rate is how many times the server updates per second. So like that'd be like if you're sending in like packet information regarding like if you shot a man's in PlanetSide, then it'd update 60 times per second. 60 tick would be a lot more reliable than 30 tick in terms of making it so you trade less times. In terms of like if both players are sending damage ticks or damage packets. But yeah, you want a higher tick rate for the server. Higher tick rate is gonna be is gonna load up the server a lot. It's not more sluggish. It's not input delay either. It's just the update rate. It's basically things are gonna happen more or less in packets and whatnot. It gets kind of weird. Like imagine, okay, like consider this. So you have a 1 tick server, and it updates every second. But each client can send whatever they do or do whatever they're doing every second. So movement assuming the server is doing stuff, the movement could be extrapolated from the current thing, but it'll if you move erratically in under a second, then it's gonna get really warpy, like really warpy. And then so versus like a 60 tick where it's gonna be like every 1/60th of a second, the movement will be updated to the correct locations and whatnot. Like I've been seeing a lot of oh my gosh, this guy's taking quite a while. Like this should only take, let me see how long it takes for me to post a screenshot. Alright, let's do a countdown of 30 seconds. And I'll alright, he posted, okay, whatever. Taking quite a while to do it. Didn't say. Like it's a bunch of Chinese text, but I don't know what that says. Let's see. Google Translate. Text exceeds the 3,900 character limit. What? Do this for Senpai? What is this? What did you do? Oh boy. Just kaiju a man to the death? Hi, these Imgur links don't work because you're not copying, like he must be missing one of the characters or something at the very end of it. Like let's see how long it takes for me to take a screenshot. A screenshot, open up a new tab, Imgur, paste it. It's loading, and it is now functional. That took me, oh, I didn't count down the timer. Shouldn't be taking that long. Kaiju Elysium lock with double Ghost Ogre in hand. Imgur isn't working on DB. Why is the first one not linked to actually? Do I have any record ready? I cannot find. He's either an idiot or trolling. It takes me like 10 seconds to post a screenshot. The Slayer on DB is not the actual one. It was a giant waste of time. Took him how long? There's definitely 7 cards in hand there. That's some Chinese stuff. We're gonna like can't copy and paste. You can. How come I can do it perfectly fine. No reason the other person can't. Like I can do it. I can even go on a regular user and then still do it. Like heck. Okay, let's go on the duelist mode. Copy this link right here. Paste it. Paste, 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 paste. Like it works perfectly fine. You can even right click and paste it. You can't right click and paste it. You control paste it. No, right click and paste? That's weird. Alright, you just control V. Oh. Yeah. That works. Okay. It works. Right click paste doesn't work. I can't do it. It's like I can do it perfectly fine. Change inheritance. Banishes 2 cards. Adds magician navigation. Banish 2 cards from your graveyard. I will spell a trap to your hand that specifically lists the card Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text. Yeah. So basically, when you're building a chain, you activate the cards in the chain, and then you start resolving, and then you send all the cards that are still on the field that were in the chain that are non-contiguous to the grave. If you did not activate a card before resolving, then you cannot activate that card in the same chain. You built the chain up. Is it Link One Twin? Yeah, Link One Twin. Oh, I forgot to chain barrier at the proper moment. I wanted to chain it now. No, you can't. Like this is basic rulebook stuff. Like you wonder why I can't I can't tell if someone's trolling or not, because there's these questions like this where it can be pretty much answered if you've had read even the basic rulebook. Because it literally tells you how to build a chain, how to resolve a chain, and when you can activate cards in a chain. Probably didn't even cheat, and I probably can't even fix it. Someone's look. Really, like, what are you doing? All the way at the beginning too. Why are you calling now? So he goes. Normal summon Swallow Frog, activates effects, sends a Rotonin. That's 3 cards, activates Charge Midnight, draws 3 cards. That's more cards. Enters end phase, drops a card. He's like a freaking hypocrite. Like, go read the logs. I'm like, okay, I've already read it before you've told me to do that already. And it's perfectly clear that he went end phase, illegally returned Swap Frog to the hand, then special summoned it back. But then that doesn't even make any sense in terms of even returning it in the first place. The first thing was a normal summon too, so it wasn't even a special summon. Never actually read a rulebook, but I'm quite good at ruling knowledge. Nope, please. Not like this. Punishment for extremely fast play. If you're not having problems with your opponent fast playing and you don't say anything about it and you're rolling with it, then if you miss a response time in however long you usually take to respond, then you're done. Like you literally have to communicate. I know, a very hard thing to do in real life where you talk to other people. You communicate and say, "Hey, you're playing too fast. Can you give me some response times?" Or it's like, "Hey, can you actually ask for response time so I can say K? I'll be quick about it though too." Or just be like that. It's like, okay, and they'll probably like, if they argue, then you just call a judge for it. It's like, "Hey, I've asked this guy to give me response times, but he refuses to give me any sort of response times." or he's not communicating with me at all after I'm asking him, hey, can you give me response time? Chainlink 1 Karaz targets drone and agent. Chainlink 2 drone attack boost effect target agent. Drone and agent. Well, they explained it properly. Good on them. +1 cookie to the red guy. Destroy those. I don't even know. Like, the text is old. Those targets. You can target up to 2. You can target 1. What happens if you target 1? Why doesn't it? He has a point. It doesn't say them, but that doesn't necessarily change what it does. Let's fall in the wiki? What part of the wiki? The destroy and draw are simultaneous. Karaz targets the monster spell. It literally doesn't say otherwise. And then there's like... There's no part in the wiki where... There's no part in the wiki that says otherwise. There's no way he can follow the wiki in this particular case. He's literally pasting stuff that contradicts him. It's a redundant text where Karaz wasn't reprinted to reflect properly. Like it's like freaking skill drain. Legitimately like freaking skill drain where it's just like where it just says even if it's already like this does not prevent activations or something like that. It's like people already know that. There's no reason to have that printed. It said destroy them, it wouldn't change how it works. It literally would not change how it works. Like the text of skill drain. Skill drain is bad text also. So it's literally redundant. Activate by paying 1,000 life points. The effects of all face-up monsters on the field are negated while those monsters are face-up on the field. But their effects can still be activated. That last section in the parentheses is redundant. There's no reason for them to have printed that. Then it's already a known thing where negating the effect of a card doesn't prevent you from activating that effect. And then there's like completely horrible text like appropriate, where it just says activate if your opponent has drawn a card outside their draw phase, draw 2 cards, or it says period, then draw 2 cards, period. It doesn't tell you how it works. You're not actually supposed to draw on when you initially flip it up for whatever dang reason. Tries to attack my Paleozoic with his Paleozoic while I have a Duke Frog on the field. He says it's unaffected. Sometimes this might be wrong. There's some attack redirection that does affect monsters, some that don't. Do you think Return from the Redemption will ever get unbanned? Probably not. So target redirection doesn't affect monsters for sure. There's some of the redirection. We can actually check the card. Because then there's a thingy thing where it does and it doesn't. Maybe I'm mismemorizing. All right, back to Duke Frog. Yep. That, search it up. Q and A. There are no Q&A questions on this card. Great. I trust that Luke has the correct answer. Thanks, bro. Uh, alright. So it's due for. It might be depending on the wording. It's dumb because wording is not 100% reliable all the time. Doesn't affect the monster. Really weird. I can. Pretty sure there's another card that actually affects the player. Return should never be unbanned. Yeah, return from the different dimensions should probably never be unforbidden because then there's sheer news are still a thing. Imagine you just like pay half your life points, special them all of them back. Ridiculous. But I mean, like at the same time, they're pretty weak monsters by themselves, and you can probably link summon a bunch anyway, which is probably why it's probably not gonna get unforbidden. I need to look some stuff, some cards up. Let's see. Gonna be attack redirector is yeah. Earthbound Immortals. Earthbound Immortals are probably like Earthbound Immortals say your opponent cannot target. Except that would probably depends. I don't know either. Gross. Is it even? It's in problem solving card decks. Okay. Earthbound Immortals for sure are one of the things that prevent attacks. Is it just dupe? Is dupe the exception? Because that is really, really crappy. If dupe is the exception, that'd be really bad. Thunder random. Hold up. Is it literally that text difference? Full swim streams on DB get CEO unbanned. Too deep into the topic, people will start saying I attack you directly. Hey, legendary fisherman days, man. Legendary fisherman days. Okay, so in this one particular game mechanic scenario, the text is reliable. Gotta ban that fisherman, too good. Let's see. Special summons Nessiel. In the effect of a monster gets spells. Uh, can't cancel. I think he's actually stuck then. Yeah. He attacks Merkaba, then uses Sight Smash effect. I strike it. He can wood sear a speed. What? He attacks over Merkaba, activates Sight Smash. Alright, so basically Void Seer doesn't have an effect classification for the last effect. It's just when it fulfills its requirement, you can just do it. You just straight do it. So What's your speed for? No, it doesn't even change anything. You don't need to change it. It just straight up does it during resolution. Whether or not strike is spell 3 is irrelevant. What's relevant is the monster being destroyed by a card effect. Yes or no? If yes, you would have the option to banish Void Seer instead of it being destroyed. It's not even an effect that activates. How the heck do you have a spell? You don't have a spell speed if the effect doesn't even activate. Continuous effects don't have a speed. They don't even activate. They just apply. Like, this isn't even a continuous effect, though. It's unclassified. If it were to be continuous, then Void Seer would have to be face up on the field, which it isn't. Could you use Seer? Yeah. You're not even activating it, remember? So the thing that you're typing is cannot activate cards. It doesn't activate in the first place, so it doesn't care. Yeah, there's 10 seconds left. And I need to readjust the stream schedule. Gotta put morning streams versus afternoon streams. Alright, that guy is done. Done. Red player loses 700 life points. So blue player's turn. On turn player. You're back? Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I'm scheduled to actually stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I had to rework the schedule because I actually want to play other games and whatnot in the afternoon with my other friends. So that's why I'm streaming early morning today. Alright, so one of these players might be stuck in another duel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to, if I can't, if it looks like the screenshot tool is like broken for everyone, so I might actually have to game off the guy because I can't verify that he's not actually glitched. Because I think the screenshot is, I'll ask. The screenshot tool broken for everyone. Yeah. No, no, no. There's a bug where you'll like enter the rated pool, and then when you like click ready or accept, it'll like put you into 2 duels at the same time. And the screenshot tool seems to be broken for everyone too. Because mine doesn't work, and then he can't. Then I can't also check either. So. But yeah, let me know if your guys' screenshot tool works because mine isn't working and other players aren't working. And it's causing issues. I should get his name. Find this guy's name. Quick. Yeah, he's in 2 duels. I see. Look. See the Zark name. Yeah, that's why he's AFK in this one. Yeah, so that bug that you saw, you saw on the left side there a bit. That guy's name was in 2 duels at the same time, and only one of the duels works. So it looks like the guy's AFK in one other duel. So he starts his turn, activates Dark Pendulum, resets a card. Effects of Time Lord, not my draw phase, man. Trust by effect. What? Once per turn, if your opponent draws a card, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Yeah, there's literally nothing in this text that prevents it otherwise. Once per turn, if your opponent draws a card. Did you draw a card? Draw phase, draws a card, it's his turn, inflict 1,000 damage. Like it would say except during the draw phase, if anything. It's like what? No, it's a bit more lenient in terms of that, actually. It's not the flower Cardian thing that inflicts 1,500 on normal draw during the draw phase. That one it expressly only does it for normal draw and then draw phase. Work your magic. Alright, let's see. Dolan and Firewall Dragon. He looks legit from his graveyard anyway. I'll do for some of this guy's play end of turn we could rip. You know when they add the new cards in? The answer is no, I have no idea. I actually don't have any idea. Bless you, thank you. Ultimate Offering do after this card resolves? Distributing into 1 or 2? I want my Dark Destroyer is busted, dude. Friggin' summon it, attack it, then summon another one, destroy the previous one into another whatever Cosmo monster, attack directly again. Banish that one, special summon another Dark Destroyer from your hand, use that Dark Destroyer effect, destroy another Dark Destroyer, activate Dark Destroyer effect, special summon another monster, attack again. No, it's not, but it's absolutely busted. any card that ends up on the list is busted in some way, shape, or form. Except like cards that make the duels take forever, or the tournament take forever. Like cards like self-destruct button is a problem card. Okay, you got a point. Give me 2. What? Wow. I mean, okay, maybe not. Actually, no, maybe not. Cause then hopefully the US gets their crap together and fixes the location trigger requirement activation stuff. They might have fixed it already, or they didn't. I don't know which. Extremely hypocritical ruling scenarios, though. Like, don't extrapolate from the Oviraptor Babysaurus thing, but extrapolate from the it's okay to extrapolate incorrectly from the Atlantean Transmigration Prophecy thing, though. Vanny's Emptiness isn't busted. Yeah, it is. You do it during your opponent's turn, and then you use a card to activate, send to the graveyard, then you blow up Vanny's, then you start special summoning like crazy. That refresh button is broken. I don't think he's actually offline right now. Oh, he is actually offline. He can. Wait, Xenon already answered. The Zenith guy already answered. I don't think you just press this button. I don't understand why they don't know that this button's here. Like they're not looking. They're not observing and noticing. Darkshore is easily outed by emptiness. I mean, a lot of things are easily outed by other things, but just because of that, it doesn't mean that you can just unforbidden some cards. Cards can be activated during the start step of the battle phase, or an attack is declared in battle step of the battle phase. I'm gonna let him finish. This is a basic rulebook question, by the way. The steps of the battle phase can be found in the basic rulebook, and during the battle step is the part where you actually declare an attack. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh when rulers got banned. I missed them now. I think the moment you play in that format, you'll realize that this was a horrible format to play in, because the only deck you'd be able to play was rulers. Poison targets, both are destroyed. What? Oh, he gets to nuke everything. Oh yeah, spellbooks. Yeah, spellbooks. Friggin', but like even before that, windups were also a really drippy format too. They're destroyed. Wait, I'm target whatever sets miss effect when target it dies. He gets to banish a card from the graveyard, I guess. If it has that effect, it probably doesn't. It does. You banish a card? Does he want to banish a card? Oh, okay, he did. It's the Wavering Eyes for some unknown reason. I mean, I'd banish the Ash. Not gonna get Wavering Eyes for sure. So I can continue the sequel for the worst judge ever that no one said ever. Left arm searches it. What? Oh, yeah, you can have 3 left arm and then 1 grass is greener, but then that still wouldn't fix your issue. Where you, like, blow up your hand for everything. And is it just me who thought the new list taking immediate effect was completely stupid and unfair? Why does it have to be fair? That's like the first question. I mean, okay. You'd want it to be a week prior notice just for people to get ready for your next tournament. But if there isn't any actually if there isn't actually any tournament in the big tournament in the next week, then it doesn't really matter. Or if they do it on like a Tuesday, then you have like 6 days to prepare. So it's still pretty much a week anyway. What are these guys doing? He banished 2 cards from the graveyard. You need the summoned monster. Be on field. Oh, that didn't even copy. Only monster on field can have special summoned from extra. Oh, rip Xenon. Yeah, basically, monsters on the field. Only monsters on the field can have special summon from extra deck status. This goes back to this is the same mechanic for Shadow Fusion. So for Shadow Fusion to recognize that that monster has been special from the well, that's not even a good example. Hold up. It'd be close, but not exactly. This is probably the only interaction that's on point with that. Because then I can remember was it Trickstar or not Trickstar, Trap Tricks, Nightmare, Trap Hole. That card. If a special summon monster gets sent to the graveyard, then activates its effect in the graveyard, you can't actually negate that. But if the monster is special summoned and activates its effect while on the field and tributes itself and sends it to the graveyard, the effect that activated on the field can be negated. But this is probably the only interaction that is exactly on point. I can't think of a comparable interaction. But the things regarding Shuttle Fusion, like suppose what you can say is similar in regard to Elysium. He put it back. Okay. Monster special summon from the extra deck. If you put the monster face down, it's no longer considered to be summoned from the extra deck. If you banish it temporarily, it will still be considered to be special summoned from the extra deck when it returns. Nintendo was AFK for so long, he just now returned, but I called you for that. He said BRB was gone for like 9 minutes. That's not okay. You can't just up and leave for 9 minutes and come back and say, "Oh, let's continue." Or you can say that, but then you won't. You won't be if the guy doesn't want to play. It's like, "Hey, dude, you've been gone and wasted my time for 9 minutes. That's not okay." That's why I love how you have a Dark Lord's name, but the only deck I've seen you play is Yang Zing. Play well. Oh, I'm not a good duelist. I can confirm that. Only deck I have in real life is gonna be Yang Zing's and Chaos Cranes. Can I chain Masterpiece to Resolution of Effect? Let's see. Normal Summons Masterpiece. Cards being destroyed and sent to the graveyard is not an effect. Not an effect of a card. You're just telling me what happened. So a Normal Summons Masterpiece by sending Heritage and Apocalypse. Heritage and Apocalypse target a thing. Skullcrobat and Star Pendulum Graph sent to the graveyard. It's not okay that he's asking a vague question. If he actually said, according to the fast effect timing chart, can I activate an effect during the closed game state after 2 of my effects resolve? After my opponent passes on activating a fast effect? Question mark. The answer would literally just be yes. And then it shows me that this player, if the player actually said that, it'd show me that the player knows what he's talking about. Hey, Nalone. How you doing? Oh no, Dueling Book. Not again. Do you have any questions? Because I'm going to go to the next call because someone's waiting. So about my DD, I don't control the list, man. I control the rulings around here in these parts. Missing for some time now. He's been gone for player mid defeat. During that time, he's like hello, and then he actually calls now out of all times. Player's been gone for more than 6 minutes. The Toronto ruling is at a point where they should have overturned it, but they didn't. There's an incorrect extrapolation in regard to Transmigration Prophecy and Atlanteans. The Toronto ruling is, it's also it's an issue too. It's like, why particularly this interaction and not the others, when the others are pretty much exactly the same. And then they just said, oh, it's just the one-off. I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. I don't find it acceptable, but whatever the head judge will say in regard to a ruling, I'll go with that for that particular event. Shame on you. Hannah, why you do this? Like, Europe has it correct, so does OCG. I'm not sure why US doesn't want to change anything. Nor have I found out. I never got a response from Noah.
Because then I'm not even sure how other events are ruling it. But then each individual event is a black box anyway. Get tagged? The heck? Okay, so alright, hold up. Link points 2 is pointed by also, right? Use time pendulum graph to target Link Spider and Poison Magician. Spider pointed to Guard Dragon. See a card effect that targets your linked monster. Yeah. Targeting at least one. Because then, one of the things that Julia said quite a while back, I can't seem to find it because Facebook likes to delete posts, is that we have one TCG. But then that brings up the question, if we have one TCG, why do we have different rule sets for two TCG regions if it's all just one TCG? You have some application that writes text automatically with some shortcut. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Why don't you link the stream when you enter the game, along with what seems to be the issue? They should be focusing on the game more so. They should know that I am streaming, so they don't throw any sort. So it's less likely that they'll throw some sort of tantrum. It, I wish that I could actually get data in regards to whether or not I say it. Like I could pretty much try it every other call, and then take a note: did they throw a tantrum or not? If they did, put 1 point in that one, and then put 1 point in the other, and see if there's actually any notable psychological difference. Actually, no. I have some psychological major friends that I could ask. I could literally just ask him. He's not online right now. I can give him a call and literally ask him if is there a study that occurred. Or I can look it up actually. I'm freaking Google. What am I doing? Do people act differently when they know they're being recorded? Which observer effective. I don't want articles though, because just regular journal articles aren't very good at interpreting information, or they incorrectly interpret information. The 360 children unknowingly participated in a clever psychological experiment in 1976 that demonstrated effect. Interesting. What's good, Asmo? I've been streaming for roughly 2 hours, more than 2 hours now. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm probably gonna play some PlanetSide 2 later in the afternoon after I get some lunch. But yeah, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes so far. But yeah, there's I just don't link it. I only link it if they ask, because then the link is honestly pretty dang long, and it gets kind of spammy if I just link it every single time. Guy has to tell him opponent called you. He doesn't seem to explain what. Right. So a normal sum masterpiece by sending Heritage and Mario Monet, True Drift Phoenix. My turn, not yours. He's using Returns Effect. Oh, he's using Returns Effect Special Summon, then Returns Effect again, Tribute Summon in separate chains. Both of these players are calling each other idiots. They're both exactly what they're calling each other. There's no other issue. There's literally no other issue other than that one. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from the psychological thing, where people do act differently. So, is it a positive? Like, what I need to confirm is if it's a positive, if it's a beneficial acting different, or are they more likely to throw a tantrum? What did he destroy with? He just sent Heritage? Why didn't he just send Return? He destroyed the monster before he activated the effect. Oh well. Wamu. Welcome back, Team Queen. You're just in time for the end. We got 3 more minutes, and I'll hop off for today. Use set rotation? Did any of these? Okay. Paleo effects. The paleo text is wrong because it's supposed to be optional. Long time no see, Queen. I forgot who you're at. RIP JFK. You could say you got 720'd. No, that was bad. That was really bad. Middle school, nice. Not in it. Deactivate. Okay, leave asthma. That joke was bad, like your dueling skills. I can agree. That is agreeable. That gun, all that button needed to be complete was finger cuts. Then a massive eye roll sigh from the audience ensues. Yeah, so you activate a trap card, and then the opponent has another. If their opponent has something to activate, they can activate it before you're able to respond to your own card. Unless you have something like Doom Caliber, where it's mandatory activation, and you can't choose to. It'll just straight up activate. No one knows how chains work. It's like rocket science. Wait, I do. Aspo does. Oh boy. Currently, red player's turn, but he doesn't have a thing. Wow. Wait, someone's taking. No, they canceled the call as soon as I clicked it. Wow, two of these in the same time. There you go. I'm back with pizza. Welcome back with pizza. I think this is going to be our last call, though. Fine, I don't care. Sharing is scary. Pizza is good. Alright, how many calls am I at now? Go check. I am at a 29 calls per day because I'm taking days off and doing other stuff. I have 1,000. Yeah, you missed it. I'm streaming earlier on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I can play Industry Planetside 2 later in the evening. Can I have a slice? 1841 calls. That means I can change this number to 8. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. There's a lot of information down below. And stay brilliant. This is Asmo, signing off.